What the? Okay, I guess it's pre-patch. So that means that we have to redo our entire talent tree and we got to mess around with everything and figure out what is good, what isn't good, and what is absolute dog water. So today, Blizzard, I would like to first off thank you for royally screwing me with this, but I am here to somewhat save your day. Now, keep in mind, this is pre-patch, so these builds will be temporary. There is a little bit of wiggle room, there is room for adjustment, and room to play with a few of the talent selections, but let's get a decent baseline going for you guys so you can go back to kicking ass and taking names and rocking the old pad build somewhat. Let's pop this bitch open. I hit the wrong buttons. Of course I did. Let's try that again. Fantastic. Okay. Now we're looking at the AoE build. Okay. Quite a few changes that are happening. A few playoffs of what we would run for the pre-patch that were implemented from what we were using for somewhat of our Mythic Plus build, right? To where we are running Blast Wave, DB, all that as a Frost Mage, correct? Now, a few of the major changes that we are seeing is going to be running Time Anomaly, right? Instead of Temporal Displacement, I believe it was, right? So we're going to swap to that instead of using Inspired Intellect. I don't give a shit about 3% Intellect increase. Obviously, if you're running the gear that you are running, your intellect is already through the roof. 3%, if you're going to sit there and min-max Inspired Intellect over running Time Anomaly, like, go touch grass, okay? This is what you're going to be doing with this side of the tree. You're going to use this as your base for your pad build. Now, of course, interchangeable, right? If you don't want to run DB because you're in raid scenario and all that, whatever, you can run Supernova to try it out. Personally, I don't give a shit. So I'm not really going to be playing with it, but this is kind of what I'm running for this side of the tree on the AoE build. This is generally going to be the same tree setup that you're going to be running for your single target as well. Now, when we go over to the Frost, this is where the change-ups tend to occur, right? Now, as you can see, we're not sitting here taking Frostbite, and we're not taking Sub-Zero, right? We're also still spec'd into the same ideology of the pad build, where we were running the Freezing Rain to reset fucking Frozen Orb, and Blizzard Instant Cast, and Cold Snap to reset your whole AoE rotation, and just spam the same 3 buttons so you can hope to do top damage, which never works out, but you can hope. And the only thing that I really changed up for this that I'm trying to mess around with is actually running a Cleave Ray, right? On our single target, we completely removed Ray of Frost, and on our AoE, we added in Ray of Frost, and we're doing the Cleaving Frost, right, with Splintering Ray. So that is going to tag into a bunch of different enemies. If I was to do something in terms of a Mythic Plus build, which I'll probably do a later video on because I'll be a whole nother shit show to get into. Right now, we're just focusing on single target and AoEs, right? I would probably do something with like a Glacial and a Ray for an M plus build, but we'll get into all those shenanigans later. Yeah, the only thing I took out, right, was between Death's Chill and running Chain Reaction. So I chose to do Chain Reaction for my AoE build. I don't know how long I'm going to stick to it. I might swap back to this. But for right now, it is what it is. Anyways, you guys get the gist of the AoE build. It's pretty much the same playoff with the pad build. Only a few minor changes that occurred onto this side. You still can play around and opt in for a few different things, right? If we swap over to a War Within single target build, you can already see the changes that occurred over here. So clearly for a single target, right? Hailstoning into Glacial Spike. So we have Glacial Spike, but before we get too crazy, look at that. Whoa, shit. Oh my God, he's not running Ray of Frost. Oh my God, he's losing out so much. Just shut up, okay? You don't got to run frickin' Ray of Frost for every single target build. If you're going to sit there and spam Frostbolt like I do 90% of the time, right? Your Ray of Frost is up once every goddamn minute, right? And if you're not backing it with your Icy Veins, like, you're losing out on so many DP. Exactly. So shut up. Okay? We're just running fucking Glacial Spike into the single target build. That's pretty much the biggest change up. We're not running Cold Snap for the refresh, and we're not running Freezing Rain for instant fucking blizzards and frozen orb bullshits. Simple change up. This is a goddamn pre-patch. I already hate it, but here you go. These are the builds. Hopefully you use them. Hopefully they work for you. And if you do some sick damage, please don't message me. Have a good day.